eBay might be in some trouble. I just read an article where the sellers are pissed off. It's fascinating what they're going through. You have sellers on there that are just, surprise, surprise, sick of the fees, right? They're sick of giving up whatever X percent to the man. They're sick of eBay controlling the funnel. And some of the mega sellers are restless. We've got Probstein, massive seller. He's creating his own network. Was called Bid, now it's called Snipe. And I think some of the concepts are actually pretty cool, where you can like talk smack within an auction, like have a chat there. eBay's tech has been very, very slow. I feel like we're still in like 2005. It hasn't caught up on live selling at all yet. And now they got Walmart knocking on the door. Walmart's got $1 trillion market cap. eBay's 41 billion. If Walmart farts in this space, they could just, rip it apart. And I mean, it's fascinating. They're like, eBay's gobbled up Golden, which I think was smart. They look at the high end there. They need a perfect structure. They need a high end. They need a long tail. TCG player, recognizing the growth in Pokemon. But if you listen to the earnings calls, it doesn't seem like there's good two-way communication with the big sellers. And I've talked to many of them. I know many of them on Instagram. They're dating. They are looking around at other networks and other possibilities. You may think eBay's the only game in town, but Whatnot has explosive growth right now. $5 billion company, they're already a tenth of the size of eBay in like 2 years. What's going to happen in a few years when live selling really blows up? Do you think eBay's going to automatically dominate that because of the name for 25 years? I don't think so. I think that they've pissed a lot of people off with the fees and the lack of innovation to go along with those fees. And in the lack of flexibility, and it's not like they don't have like a VIP lane for their top sellers or anything like that. Fanatics Live does. Fanatics Live also has a pretty good filtration process. So it's not like a flea market like Whatnot and some others. And, Fanatics Collect, that's up and coming. If they secure the long tail and they get the inventory there, get the eyeballs, they could give parts of eBay a run for their money. So I'm starting to wonder about, in 5 years, is eBay going to be stronger or worse in the sports card and Pokemon and TCG market? I don't know. It's like collectibles aren't as big as eBay Motors for them, not even close. I'm sure it's a profitable area, but it almost feels like an empire that's starting to crack, that has these fees they've justified for so long. What other entrepreneurs are going to come up with alternatives? Or these pissed off sellers, they could like take it into their own hands, create websites, create a social following. I avoid eBay at all costs personally. I buy and sell 6 figures a year. I do some on eBay. If all else fails and I can't sell it on Instagram or a Facebook group or do a live selling or something else, or get, a consignment or do it at an auction house. And again, it's smart that they absorbed Golden for this, but eBay's like, if I'm on eBay, I'm pissed because now it's like, I got to put it on eBay. I can't put it in an auction because somebody's just going to snipe. And the only way you get visibility is if you start it at $1, then the algorithm likes it. If you throw it up on Buy It Now, it's just going to sit there for a year. People are going to give you ridiculous offers like $1, and it sucks. And then if you do finally sell the thing, it's like a 17% fee, and it just blows. It's clunky. And I mean, it's tough. Like nobody can match the buyer pool and exposure, obviously, that eBay has right now. But like Joe Hollywood, he's got 300,000 followers on Whatnot. Do you think he's putting a ton of things on eBay? I don't think so. How many more like him are going to follow or break out? And how many people have 10,000 followers on Whatnot where they could just clear things out? And for now, the fees are much more reasonable. Or, I don't know, I have a pretty decent Instagram following. I could usually sell something with a video or a post or something like that. People could take it into their own hands, or some of these consigners that aren't on eBay and they're just, they're selling in different ways in groups. I do that sometimes too. I'll give a vintage card to a buddy of mine. I'm like, go nuts in the groups, take 20%, have fun. Just because it's like the hassle, and the listing it on eBay sucks too. So, again, the market is shifting. The next year or two, you're going to see Walmart, TikTok Live, Fanatics Live, eBay Live, we're going to see it at Whatnot, see it all kind of come together and battle it out. And I don't know if eBay necessarily is automatically on top for this, because everybody hates them. they love the visibility, they love the traffic, but nobody really likes the experience, the fees, the inflexibility, the lack of innovation is almost insulting in this space. So the money they've made off cards since 2020 at the bare minimum. Now we're finally getting like a lock screen for the last 10 minutes. I mean, give me a break. I don't know. They don't have the biggest bankroll either. Fanatics is not a small company. They are led by a very good entrepreneur. Whatnot has good funding. Walmart is massive. TikTok is a big company as well. I mean, maybe not so great for collectibles and more for clothing, but there's other fish in the sea. There's other competitors. And if eBay messes around, they might find out. So it's going to be fun to watch the next few years. We'll see.